Happy Monday, everyone. This is Martha with Nature Niche. We want to wish you a very happy Memorial Day weekend. We are celebrating this month 5 years of being a small business. We're pretty excited about that milestone. We wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to all of our in-store and online customers, all the community support we've received, all the friends, family, volunteers, my great staff, all of the folks who help us make the business run every day, and those who support us and ask us good questions. And so we thought something that might be a little different for this week would be to sit down, and my husband Brian and I are going to reminisce a little bit about the first 5 years in business and share that with you, let you get to know us a little bit better.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Brian. I'm typically on the other side of the camera on Mondays with Martha, filming all these episodes, but today I want to take this cool opportunity to just have some reflections with Martha on being in business for 5 years and just how incredible of a feat that is. So, Martha, thanks for letting me hammer you with a few questions here with your audience. And for those who don't know, Martha is my wife, and so I've had a front row seat for this adventure for the last 5 years. So, with that, Martha, tell us your story. I remember it like it was yesterday when you came home and just said, Brian, I'm doing this nature store thing. So tell me, how did you get there? Where were you and how did you get there?
So, I was working as an environmental consultant and realized in doing that work that there were a lot of folks out there who didn't necessarily interface with consultants, wanted to do the right thing with their own landscapes, do better, be a better steward, have native plants, have wildlife habitat. And I've always loved to shop. You know that I'm a good shopper.
She's a good shopper.
I have a gift closet, gift spreadsheet, all that jazz. Love giving gifts. And I love the art, the science, environmental education, and I was just thinking to myself, could I roll all these things I love into one business and use a retail nature store as a way to reach and educate and help people be good stewards of the environment.
Cool. Yeah, very, very neat concept for sure. Definitely well received. I guess on that note, Mondays with Martha, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. You've done over 250 Mondays with Martha in 5 years time.
Yeah.
And of course, I get a front row seat of that. But how do you come up with these?
Yeah.
I mean, 250, you're doing them every week.
Right.
And we've gone on a lot of adventures. I've, done lots of takes. I've been frozen. I've been rained on, snowed on, in the mud, in the dirt, all holding a camera, trying to help you
Monday
out.
comes around every week.
And Monday comes every 7 days, and it does that. So how do you come up with all these ideas?
Sure. Some of them are just things that I feel compelled to talk about or teach about or research. Oftentimes I'm learning right before I'm trying to share or teach about something. And so sometimes it's just like a customer question or when a lot of you ask a particular question, I'm like, I need to do a post about this. This is, important information to share. New alerts on new invasive species or things going on with our threatened and endangered species. Sometimes it's just, what am I doing in my personal life? And I end up sharing that with you because I think it's cool, because it's convenient. It's what I happen to be doing that week. So, when we travel or I'm doing a field trip or I hear a cool talk at a conference that I'm going to keep up some of my professional credentials, I just feel like I should share that information with you. So yeah, there are always cool plants and wildlife species to talk about and ecological restoration techniques, and I don't see myself running out of things to talk about anytime soon.
Okay, that's good. 250 more to go, at least. So that'll be, they're fun. Yeah, I think they're great topics and definitely well received. I know every now and then in the store, folks just come in and I've watched that video and I learned this thing and really helps them out. So
that makes us feel good too, because we do put a lot of effort into getting ready for those.
Yeah, keep up the good work on those. So you talk a lot about native plants. You just finished the 6th ever native plant sale here in Midland. So what's your connection with native plants? Why is that such an important thing for you? I mean,
Sure.
you're an expert on this. You're well known in this area in our community as the native plant guru. So
in school I studied natural resource management, terrestrial or forest ecology, and landscape architecture. So native plants are like the backbone. And as an environmental consultant, even working with rare wildlife species, I realized it really all boils down to, do you have the habitat? Do you have the plant structure and the plant species that are necessary to sustain our wildlife? So I just have a huge passion for native plants, teaching people about native plants and helping them choose what will be successful for them in their own landscape. So I love talking about that. I do talks about how to get started designing with native plants and using them in your landscape. I host it, and it's a feat doing these native plant sales out of our small retail store. We literally turn ourselves inside out every night, bringing things in and out, and to be able to host these native plant sales. But I think it's that important that we all use native plants in our landscapes, and so that's why we do them, to bring attention to the topic.
Yeah, and I think it's the community always seems to really like them here in Midland, and it does well, and it gives you more Monday with Martha topics,
Yes.
right? Which is always good for everybody that shops with you that's not local, right? Mm-hmm. So cool. Speaking of shopping with you, you're a self-admitted incredible shopper. I can tell everyone that's true. For sure.
Get a first-hand look.
I got a first-hand look of how great of a shopper she is. How do you decide? We're sitting in our showroom here. How do you pick these items out? What makes you say, hey, I think my customers will like this, or this is a cool thing to sell in my store?
Sure. I think about a lot of things. I certainly listen to what customers are asking for. I try to pay attention to the problems they're having and pick out products that help solve those problems. I try to think about like what we're doing, how the thing is going to be used in the environment. Is it safe for wildlife? Is it easy for my customers to care for and maintain? Is it sustainable? I look for things made out of recycled materials, for companies who have similar values, and that's why they're making the products that they are. Everything from sustainable packaging to the materials that they're using, just to like that they do environmental education too with and around their products. There's an aesthetic component to it. What also looks nice and what will, I think, attract humans to the product, not just the wildlife. It's got to work for the humans and the wildlife. And then I try to pick products out that showcase our native plants and animals, and especially our rare species too.
Cool.
Yeah. Do that.
Neat. I appreciate you letting me in the showroom today for this. I'm usually not allowed in here because there's a lot of breakable things.
There are a lot of breakable.
So I'm not allowed to be in this room. Usually it's pretty special for me today. So, but good explanation. I'm going to throw a little tougher question on you. One of the things that I admire most about you is just how tough you are and how hard you work. And you opened this business in 2020. I remember it like it was yesterday, as this showroom's being remodeled that we're sitting in, the warehouse being worked on that's attached to this building, and COVID hits. Mm-hmm. And so I've watched you deal with COVID, and then I watched you deal with supply chain issues, supplier issues, quality issues, exporting shipment issues with delivery, things getting imported. I don't know, we have tariffs going on now, all these hundreds of things, and you've been doing this for 5 years, and when you look at data and things, I think it's pretty obvious, at least now that I've watched this for the last 5 years, that half of businesses fail within the first 5 years in this country, right? How are you managing all these things and getting through that part of it?
Yeah, I mean, it was certainly a crazy time to start a business. The horse was kind of out of the gate on that one. So I think we just had to pay attention to what's going on. As my husband knows, I am incredibly stubborn. So faced with a challenge, yeah, we will find a way around that. I would say I have surrounded myself with really great people, my husband included, helping on the business, and my staff. Just kind of helping work through problems, come up with creative solutions, trying to anticipate where the sticking points are, and figuring out the supply issues, the delivery issues. At the very beginning, making that hard pivot, we thought a lot of our business was going to be in person, in store, and I still love that aspect of the business. But with COVID and lots of things shutting down, we had to make a hard pivot and put a lot more effort into our website and our online sales, and that it's been rewarding to see how much that's grown. It's been pretty awesome to deal with the online customers. I didn't think I could connect with people the way I have. People call and ask really good questions and give good feedback, and so building those relationships in person and online, focusing, I guess, on that and treating people the way we would want to be treated. I guess that's kind of what we've done to get through a lot of those really, really hard times.
Yeah, that's true, and it's been a challenge. It's not easy, but yeah, congrats. It's tough on 5 years. So, with that, last question, final question.
Okay.
What's next for Nature Niche? I mean, you've made it through 5 years. You've had some really good growth. You've made lots of connections with other businesses, other manufacturers, small makers, customers all across the United States.
Right.
So what's next?
I wish I had a crystal ball, and I know the answer to that, but I would say we're going to try to keep growing sustainably, keep educating ourselves and our staff and our customers, finding good products that solve problems, and just I don't want to lose sight of that environmental education side of things, and so I hope to continue and increase my local partnerships with organizations that are doing stewardship and environmental education, ecological restoration activities. I'd like to, grow to the point where I have a little more time to kind of focus on those partnerships. I'd love to focus on some more quality pollinator habitat. We have, I think, a really strong wild bird set of products, and I want to expand that a little more into more environmental education, pollinator support, and even apparel and other things that help people tell the story or convey, this is what I care about, this is what you should know about too, this rare species or this particular kind of habitat. And I think managing growth and finding more space probably are in our relatively near future. So.
Cool. Well, Martha, thanks for letting me be on the show for once. Or I guess I've been in a couple guest appearances over the years. But actually getting to speak a little bit and chat with you about it. I'm so proud of everything you've done here. It's been cool. It's been a lot of fun to watch from the side I was looking on. So I'm get to say the thing of thanks everybody for tuning in, and have a good week.
Thank you so much, all our customers, for all your support.